Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm Freodore, designer of NIJISANJI EN's 11th unit by the beat. おはようございます。NIJISANJI EN 所属 by the beat のビジュアルセンスがこだわりのデザイナーフリオドルです。Hello, hello. Hi. Happy November. Happy 11月。おはようございます。Good morning, good morning. Buenos días. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes. It feels a little bit odd for me. I believe daylight savings is over. We're back on PST, so it feels a little bit unusual for me to start my coffee Zatsu at 2 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. ちょっとなんか珍しいね。夏時間が終わったから、今もう、こっちの、14時に、はい、コーヒー雑談するのがちょっと珍しい感じてるね。珍しく感じてるよ。Yeah, no. It's already November. So fast. あっという間ね。11月もよろしくお願いします。I'll be under your care for the month of November as well. Yeah, no, it's a little bit confusing, right? I kinda envy the places that don't really have to deal with the time changes. You're just stuck with the same time zone the whole time. It's way more comfortable like that. I had to readjust my schedule formatting and everything for PST again as well because of it. マジで、全然なんかタイムゾーン変わらない場所羨ましいね。マジ。The sun sets earlier now, yeah. It's gonna get darker faster now. Thing like, now if I want to do the Asian time slot that I've been doing for other streams, it's gonna be even earlier for me. Like instead of 5 a.m. it's probably gonna have to be 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. now. We'll see that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. そして時間変わったから多分夜枠配信したらもう5時じゃなくて10時で始まらないといけないね。まあ、面白そう。For how long? Usually, it's until March, right? It's interesting that the daylight saving started around the time we debuted it, so this is actually like probably the first time I get to use PST in my activities. 確かになんか夏時間がデビューした時に夏時間が始まったからもうこの時差でこのタイムゾーンで活動したことないね。初めてだわ。I'll be under your care for this time zone as well until March. 3月までこの時間でもよろしくお願いしますね。じゃあよし。Anyways, I'm pretty sleepy to be honest. I don't know if you can tell or not. So, how about we get to the coffee today? ちょっとなんか眠いから、じゃあコーヒーを入れましょうか。ちょっと眠いから。 Does that mean your coffee Zatsus will start, it'll be at 2 p.m. PST till March? We'll see. Stay pending on the schedule and I'll probably like write down the starting time there, as usual. Anyways, the recipe for today, or it's gonna be the same as we did last time because we're trying new beans. So we're gonna be using our daily tried and trusted recipe to test the new bean again. I have made some adjustments only for the water temperature and the clicks on the grinder because I figured the 28 clicks worked a little bit better on the last beans that I tried from this store. And then also the store recommends 94 degrees Celsius for this specific bean, so that's what we're gonna be doing, okay? じゃあね、今回は、前回の同じレシピ使いますね。ただ、温度と、コマンダンテの設定を少しだけ変わったけど、まあ、ほとんど同じだね。新しい豆だから、もう、信頼してるレシピを使いたいからね。So, just to go briefly over it, we're still going to be using the Origami Air M dripper. It's going to be our 2-pour method recipe by Lance Hedrick. And we're going to be using my favorite type of filter, the Kafek TH3. As for the beans, we're using the Natural Espiritu Santo contest, 5th place, from Luminous Coffee. This is the second bean that I ordered from this store. And it's going to be my first time trying it. I'm very excited. The origin is from Brazil, and as the name of the bean says, it's actually a contest winner. It's if I can read the excerpt from the website, it says this Katuzai 785 from Sitio Matafria in Espiritu Santo shrines with flavors of lime, cranberry, date, and milk chocolate, managed by Celso and his wife. The farm embraces meticulous harvesting, sometimes up to 6 passes per plot, to ensure only the ripest cherries are picked. Their dedication to quality since 2015 has transformed the farm, earning awards and recognition across Brazil. With its cool, cold forest microclimate and careful pulp natural processing, this lot captures the balance of bright fruit and smooth sweetness that makes Mata Fria so distinctive. So, yeah, no, it seems to be a contest winner, or a contest participant type of bean. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's a natural process. For those unfamiliar with the type of processing that is natural, it means that the coffee cherry was dried without getting the pulp or any glucose removed from the bean. That way it's dried alongside basically the pulp of the fruit, right? That's what we call the natural process, and it usually leads to more stronger aromas and flavors. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's better than washed process, that it's like the most common one. It's just a different type of processing. As for the tasting notes, it's lime, cranberry, dates, and milk chocolate. I'm very interested about this because I would think lime, cranberry, and dates are pretty fruity, but then we have milk chocolate to add to the notes. So I'm really curious about whether it's gonna lean more towards the fruity, acidic side or more like a sweeter, fruity side, perhaps. I'm very, very interested in that. And it's a light roast, as usual. Mm, そうね。今回は、ブラジルの豆を初めて入れてみますね。この、なんていうの、忘れちゃった。ちょっと待ってね。ちょっとメモを開けてみます。はい。なんていうの、生成過程ね。生成過程はナチュラルだね。なんか果肉を全然なんか、上京しなくて、ね、コーヒー豆を発酵されてます。今回の味わいは、ライム、クランベリー、 なんていうの dates は日本語でなんていうの How do you say dates in Japanese? あ、デーツか。なるほどね。そんなに難しくないんだ。Dates is just dates. OK。そして最後にミルクチョコはね。マジでなんか気になるね。だって、この味わい見たら、なんかマジで果物ばかりだけど、ミルクチョコで入ってるから、多分なんか、なんていうの、酸っぱいや甘い、どっちの方が強いかな今回はね。酸味が高そうだけど、どうかなマジで気になるわ。And also, I guess I can share the website of the page where we ordered the beans. Unfortunately, these are already archived, so you cannot purchase them anymore. But you can see what the box includes and some more information about the coffee, the profile, and even the transparency cost for like labor and stuff, which is pretty useful. If we look at the taste cup profile, it kind of has the type of flavors ranked, right? So the processing cup effect is 5, sweetness is 8, acidity is 8, clarity is 5, aftertaste is 9, floral is 4, and spice is number 9. So at least based on this ranking, I'm expecting like sweetness and acidity to be pretty even, but spice and aftertaste are pretty high. That's the highest numbers here. So and we don't have that high clarity either. So I'm very interested to see what stands out the most among these mentioned flavor notes. Usually whenever you order from Luminous Coffee, you get a random type of candy. And for this one, this bag, I received, I think it's a Japanese candy. It's called a sakeru gummy. That's the one that was included in this packaging. I have not tried it yet, but I'll try it later. はい、このパッケージがいつも、お菓子、キャンディとか入れてるね。今回は、日本のサケルガミももらったよ。食べたことないけど、また日本のやつかと思った。サケルグミね。みんな食べたことある ?Have you guys tried it? サケルグミ。Yeah, no. It's cute that they add a little candy to it, though. かわいいよね、なんか、キャンディとか入れてるから。I really like gummies in general, so I'm excited to try it out later. 味わかんないね。I don't know what flavor was included though. 個人的にグミが好きだから、後で食べてみるのを楽しみにしてるよ。They say it's pretty different from like gummies you would find here, so. Is that the gummy with the long man commercial? Long. I don't know, is it that one? Long man のGM のやつか？Wait, it is Sakeru Gummy. What? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Whoa. Now I'm more excited to try it out. 知らなかった。ロンロンマンのお菓子なんだ。知らなかったわ。今もう食べてみるのを楽しみにしてるよ。 It is the long, long man. Oh, wow. Well, now we know it's Sakirugami. I guess it's the long version of the Sakirugami. Yeah, no, those commercials got pretty popular overseas also. So. 海外でCM がマジで人気だったね。なんかミムみたい。ミムみたいから面白かったわ。Anyways. I think I covered all that I wanted to explain about the coffee. So, how about we get to the ASMR section of the stream? なんか豆の説明もできたと思うから、じゃあ ASMR の部分を始まりましょう。Okay. Let's heat up the water first. まずお湯を温めましょうか。Alright. And then, let me change the setting on my microphone. マイクの設定も変わります。There you go. We are in omnidirectional now. Should be able to hear my room better. 今もうなんかマイクの設定変わったから部屋もっと楽に聞こえますね。So, just like last time, we're gonna be... where did I put the spray? Okay, here it is. We're gonna be doing 15 grams of beans here. So we're gonna... For some reason, my scale stopped making noise. I don't know why. なんか、意味わかんないけど、急にスケールはもう音出ないから、マジで静かになったね。So we're gonna... These bags, by the way, these bags are full of beans. They're like filled to the max, so I have to be careful not to spill any in my desk. Let's see. Let's do... Alright, that's 16 grams. We went a little bit too far, so let's dial that to 15. There you go. 15.5. Let's do 15.3 is good. Okay. まだ使えるよ。I can still use the scale though. Alright. In order to avoid static, we're gonna spray a little bit of water to the beans. ちょっとなんか、なんていうの、いつも忘れてるよ。日本語で。水滴かな？水滴を、の影響しないように、ちょっと水をスプレーしますね。There you go. Make sure it's spread among the beans. There you go. And now we're going to be doing 28 grams of 28 clicks on our grinder, the Commandante Z40. So that's around a coarse or grind. I would assume around 800 to 900 microns. So, 今回は28クリックに設定しますね。コマンダンテ C40 グラインダーを。多分なんか800や900ぐらいのマイクロンだから設定しますね。Alright. That should be 10. 20. 28. There you go. Let's pour the beans into the grinder. ミルに豆を入れて Let's start grinding now. 豆をひきましょうか。よいしょ。This is grinding pretty smoothly. マジでスムーズにひいてますね。 You know, these beans are pretty easy to grind. Which is interesting because they're pretty recently roasted. They were roasted October 19th. Or October 16th was it?焙煎するの日は、10月の19日ぐらいだったから、なんかそんなに時間が経ってないのにマジで引くのはなんか引きやすかったよ。That was pretty easy to grind, and it's usually not common for if it's a pretty light roast or a recently roasted bean. It tends to be a little bit harder, but this time it's a little bit interesting that they were pretty easy to grind. So we're gonna get our dripper ready. ドリッパーを準備してスケールの上に入れて Alright, now let's pour the grinds onto it. Yeah, no, I mean, like, the skill still works, but it not making any sound makes me a little bit uneasy. It's like, why are you not making sounds anymore? Maybe I pressed something by accident that enabled silent mode or something. Here we go. Coffee beans are still good a couple weeks after the roast date. In fact, you usually want to wait around a week to 2 weeks after you roast the beans to get the most out of it, because otherwise they're gonna have too much CO2 or carbon dioxide. So, ideally, I think even the store here from Luminous Coffee says, please ideally wait 2 weeks after the roasting date. And which we haven't done, but so far, like the last beans we did, we tried were pretty good, so I have a feeling that these are gonna be good as well, even though the 2 weeks haven't passed, I think. 実は焙煎する後で Well, actually, it's kind of 2 weeks already. 焙煎する後で1週間じゃ2週間ぐらい待って方がいいね。だって焙煎するときになんか豆の塩糖がいっぱいだからね、ちょっと減るために待って方がいいね。Do coffee beans expire or go off? The more time passes, the more of the coffee properties start to get lost on the beans. The moment you grind the bean, it's gonna be way easier for it to oxidize and for you to lose all of the nuances that the bean has to offer. So this is why it's always recommended to buy whole beans instead of buying pre-ground from the market or something. But yeah, no, technically you can drink coffee that's like years old. It's not gonna be bad for you, but it's probably not gonna taste very good. なんかいろんな何年経ってもまあコーヒー豆はまだ飲めるけど多分味は良くないかもね。Is there any specific way beans should be stored? Some people are very particular about it, but there's really no need to overcomplicate it too much. All you have to do is keep it in the bag. Keep it in the bag and make sure that there's no air sealed in the bag, and that should be good enough. And probably drink it within like a month of having those beans, and that would be great. Anyways, our water is ready, so we're gonna whatchamacallit, start the brewing process, the recipe. お湯を温めたから入れるのを始まります。OK。So we're gonna pour around the center to around 45 grams. There you go. This is the blooming process. I'm gonna observe how the the coffee beans react. I'm seeing that the liquid is not passing by too fast, so that's good. We are seeing some bubbles as well. That's the carbon dioxide being emitted. And we're gonna wait until 45 seconds. 45秒まで待ちますね。マジでいい蒸らしプロセスだ。Nice, nice, nice. All right, so it's 45 seconds. We're gonna do a turbulent pour, so we're gonna pour a little bit farther away to cause more agitation on the grounds. Sticking to the center. And all into a single pour. Maybe rotating around the dimes. Circumference until 250 grams. There you go. 250グラムまで注いで、そしてちょっとだけドリッパーをぐるぐるします。We're gonna swirl the dripper a little bit just to slow down the drain. And hopefully we can get our brew at around a minute 40, a minute 50. That would be great. ちょっとなんか流すも簡単だけど、なんか目標は1分40秒ぐらいだから。全然いいよ。This is pretty good. This is pretty good. It's I usually try to avoid doing like a minute and 20 seconds or lower because that means that usually the coffee will end up being kind of under extracted. If so, but we seem to be finished around the 1 minute and 52 mark, so that's a good sign from the start. 多分1分なんか50秒ぐらいに完成しましたから終わりましたから流すのね。だからいいサインだよ。Alright, so we are done with the beans, so we're gonna put the dripper away. よいしょ。ドリッパーを片付けて、ちょっとティッシュ。There you go. Alright. Just swirling around our carafe. And let's see. I don't really think I can tell like what I smell right off the bat, but it does seem like if I have to point to something listed on the notes, it's probably the cranberry or the dates. Yeah, こぼしちゃって少しだけ大丈夫です。So I think right now what I can smell is mostly like the cranberry or the date, but we'll see. 香りだけ多分なんかクランベリーやデーツだけなんか一番わかると思うけど、まあ味わいはどうかな。Let's see. We're gonna pour into our cup. And we're gonna give it a try. ワン。始まってみます。いただきます。Provecho, gracias. Thank you for a super sticker. Let's see. Also, warning for anyone that's not good with drinking noises, I have to make a little bit of a slurp in order to taste the coffee a little bit better, at least for a first sip, so warning. Warning for those that are not good with that. ちょっとなんか飲む音苦手な人はちょっと注意しますね。最初の味わいするためにちょっとうるさくなるからうるさくならないといけないから注意しますね。All right. All right, I changed my mic setting and the filters are back again. マイク設定もフィルターもなんか普通に戻りましたね。Okay, I'm gonna give it another try. This is surprisingly way more gentle than I thought. I think I can see what they mean by the aftertaste being the highest number along with spice. It's pretty gentle, like you feel some nuances of like the fruits and the sweetness at the beginning, but it really is after you. It really is the aftertaste that that lingers a lot, which has a very interesting contrast to the last beans we tried from Luminous, because those were super straightforward, like full on strawberry Calpico flavor that was right in your face, very very fruity, very strawberry. But this time it's very subtle, which is nice.マジで今回はなんか優しい味があるね。ちょっとなんか後味が一番強いかも。なんかホームページみたいな感じね。ホームページで一番高いで書いてたから。面白いね。なんかフルーツや甘さをちょっとわかるけど、後味で一番わかると思う。Maybe it's also the way I extracted the coffee with this recipe, but this is pretty nice. Pretty easy to drink without relying on it being fruity in a way. 飲みやすいと思うね。けどマジ前回よりこれはもっとなんか普通なコーヒー味があると思う。Yeah, no, this probably would be good for mornings if you don't want something really in your face. It's very gentle. I like it. Maybe if I brew it with maybe I can get a little bit more extraction and straightforward taste out of this if I brew it with like the switch with an immersion hybrid recipe or something. 多分ハリオスイッチでなんか CC とかハイブリッドレシピで入れたら多分味はもっとストレートになりますね。けどこれはなんか普通に美味しいと思うけど。I think maybe that's also why the clarity wasn't that high on the rating. Because that is true, like, I do taste like some fruitiness to it, but I cannot tell, oh yeah, this is the lime, oh this is cranberry, this is date. It really feels more... like not as clear, more like a blend of all of these than anything. だから、サイトで透明感が、ただ5だけで書いてたね。だって、透明感が高かったら、なんか簡単に味わいをわかるけど、今回はちょっとなんかもっと、この果物とかミルクチョコとか、なんか全部を混ぜてるみたいな感じね。あるよ。そう、なんか、サイトの味ランキングで、透明感が5だったよ。酸味が8だった。あと味は9だった。Can you taste the milk choco too? I don't know if it's just me, like, it's kinda, I do taste like a more milky-ish kind of sweetness to it, but I don't know Like, if you didn't tell me that milk chocolate was part of the notes, then I don't think I would. Then I'm not sure if I would be able to tell, oh yeah, milk chocolate.透明感、清涼感。まあ、清涼感はちょっと違うね。透明感は、コーヒーを飲んだら、なんか、どのぐらい味わいを、簡単にわかるかなと思うね。英語で clarity って言うよ。うん、味のクリアレベルみたいな感じね。うん。Yeah, for those that are not familiar with some terms, maybe people can misunderstand clarity for how strong the coffee is. I believe, I think I talked about this before. It's kind of like there's strength, there's bitterness, there's there was clarity, and there was another one that was a little bit better than like strength, but I forgot. Like one of the terms that the professional coffee contest tasters use. I don't know if coherence was one of it. Do you think it would be nice for beginners because of that subtle taste? If you're not, I think if you're not used to drinking black coffee, but you're okay with drinking milk, like a latte without sugar, then this would be good. Perhaps. Mm, 美味しいよ。多分、ブラック、なんか、砂糖少なくて、砂糖なし、ラテ飲める人に、これをおすすめできるかな。なんか、ブラックを苦手人に、これをおすすめできる。多分なんかカプチーノとかラテとか飲める人に。けどブラックはまだ。Because it's not super strong or in your face. I think a lot of people are put off by black coffee because of the coffee machine black coffee that's just too bitter, too acidic. But yeah, no. Properly brewed black coffee is nothing like that. I'm getting sort of like a toasted kind of flavor also. Interestingly. Mm-mm-mm. あとで深入りって作るイメージがあったけど、浅入りでも青のあるんだな。ラテやカプチーノならまあ普通に深入りの方がいいんじゃね。いいよね。Yeah, no, usually for lattes or cappuccinos, you want a lighter roast. I mean, a darker roast. Then is toasty different than a smoky note? I think so. I think so. Toasty, I think it reminds me of like how would I describe smoky? Smoky, I would say it's more in the lines of not fruity, not sweet, very unclear, kind of like a rough or ashy kind of taste. It's kind of hard to describe, really. But yeah, no, those are kind of notes that I associate more with darker roast. Is black coffee more bitter? It's gonna depend on how you brew it, on the beans you're using, the recipe. You know, woody is also a pretty common note for, tasting profile for. For darker roasts. Smells like butter or bread? I think the smell still leans towards fruit, but it's not the sour kind of fruit, you know? Or the tarty kind of fruit. It's more like the gentle sweet, I guess, like if we were talking about, let's use apples as an example. If the last strawberry kind of bean that we tried last week was more of like a green apple, I think this one would be closer to like a red or a yellow apple, like a golden delicious or something. That's not really tarty, it's not really sour, it's just sweet.多分なんかリンゴと比べたら前回味わった豆は多分もっとなんか緑リンゴみたいな味してたね。けど今回は多分ゴールデンデリシャス、なんか金色とか赤色のリンゴみたいな感じあるね。なんかまだ果物フルーティーだけど、なんかそんなになんか酸っぱいじゃないね。全然酸っぱいじゃない。青リンゴか。確かに日本語で青リンゴって言うよね。昔、緑は青だったから。You know, it's really hard to describe or to taste a lot of these drinks sometimes. I think usually how well you can describe a flavor, especially tasting notes for like wine or coffee, it's a little bit really dependent on how deep your palate is. So in order for you to be able to tell what coffee tastes like, you need to taste a lot of things. A lot of fruits, a lot of maybe a lot of nuts, a lot of breads, a lot of grains. Stuff like that will help you be able to describe things better because you can associate it with different things. Sometimes I feel like perhaps my palate is still a little bit too limited. Like a mental library, yeah. ¿Has probado café de azaí? No, no lo he probado. Have you ever talked about Indonesian coffee? Yes, we have tried Indonesian coffee beans already in our streams. Where was it from? I think it was from Manheling. Yeah, no, I think the beans were from Manheling, Indonesia. Last time I tried them. マンダリン大好き？マンダリン豆ってこと？有名だね。They're pretty popular, yes. Then can you drink very old coffee beans when made if you're careful? I mean, you can drink it. Is it gonna be good? It's gonna be really depending on the beans, but more often than not, it's probably not gonna be the best choice. But you can drink them. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen if you properly store the beans. If they're ground beans, then probably it's not a good idea though. Just for the flavor more than anything. You know, guys, I was actually debating whether I break my rule of not eating on stream today. Because as some of you might be familiar, it started yesterday and it's still going on today. Today's Dia de Muertos. It's a Latin American holiday. And I have some sweet bread with me, pan de muertos, which I thought, it fits really good with the coffee, but I usually avoid eating on stream. But I decided against it because I wanted to taste the coffee properly and not end up focusing too much on the bread instead. Feliz Día de Muertos a todos los que lo celebran. Feliz Día de Muertos. Yeah, no, today's the Day of the Dead. It started yesterday and it lasts until today. It's a holiday and celebrated in various places in Latin America, primarily Mexico. So I hope everyone that's celebrating has a nice time. Hmm. 11月の1日から2日まで死者の日だね。なんかラテンアメリカで祝いしてるの休日だ。特にメキシコね。けどポジティブな休日だ。みんななんかもういない人を家族とか友達とかを素敵な記憶を覚えて家族と友達を集まってなんか好きないない人を覚えるの休日だね。Yeah. Have you guys watched Coco or Remember Me in Japanese? It's that's what the movie's about, that holiday. なんか特別な料理食べたりするの？特になんか甘いパンね。パンでムエルトスっていうのパンを食べるよ。マジでなんか爽やかなソフトな甘いパンだよ。そしてなんかなんていうの甘いの頭蓋骨姿のお菓子とかあるよ。I believe yesterday Scarlet Senpai was making some for herself and it looks like it turned out pretty good. Let me see if I can find a picture. All right. Let's see, can I import this. There you go. This is what pan de muertos looks like. It's pretty soft. Sometimes it's layered with sugar on top. But I like it because they're not too sweet. And the ones I have are pretty fluffy, pretty soft, so. I think they're quite nice. これはなんかシーシャのパンね。パンでムエルトスって言うよ。マジで美味しいよ。なんかそんなに甘くなくて、なんかふわふわだから、いい感じだ。コーヒーと、ホットココアと、いいコンビだ。Es fácil de preparar, yo no sé, yo lo compro, la verdad. Yeah, it's less sweet than melon pan or conchas. Ya se antojó, sí, ¿no? Ya que termine, creo que voy a cortarme un pedazo o algo. Does the shape have a meaning? That's a good question, actually. Instead of lying to you, how about we look it up? So, it says that it's decorated with pieces of dough shaped to look like bones and a small round nub representing the skull. So yeah, no. It is kind of supposed to be shaped a little bit like bones in a skull. Yeah. How's that different from regular bread? I mean, this is sweet and this is way softer than the consistency of normal bread. Like sure, it has like a glaze or a sugar topping on top, but even the inside's a little bit sweet. Not too overwhelmingly. And then another typical thing, I personally do not eat these much, but there are these, oh, it's big. These are calaveras. Usually people will buy these, and if they're not gonna eat them, they're gonna put them on the graves of their loved ones, right? It's a pretty common thing. These are made of sugar. これはなんか砂糖のなんていうの。覚えるの難しい。数骸骨。So sugar skulls. Yes. これはなんか普通に、なんていうの、まあ、食べれるけど、時々、なんか、なんていうの、友達とか、家族とかの墓に、これもあげるね。マジパンって何？そう。お供え物ね。Yeah, it's kind of like an offering. Yes. Tienes muy linda pronunciación en español. Gracias. Es mi primer idioma, así que... Espero poderlo pronunciar bien. Marzipan. I see. なるほどね、マルチパンか。マジパンか。かわいいよね。They're quite cute. Personally, they're too sweet for me. I don't eat them a lot, but they're pretty common for this holiday. 個人的に甘すぎるからあまり食べないけど、まあこの休日でこれは普通だね。よいしょ。And I believe I thought oh maybe for a stream during Dia de Muertos. I don't know if Brazil brewing Brazil beans is appropriate or like the best idea, but I believe Brazil also celebrates their own version or something similar, Dia de Finitos, which is also like, it's probably not the same as some other countries, but they do like remember their loved ones in their own way. So Brazil also celebrates it, and today actually, November 2nd. ディアデモルト死者の日で、ブラジル豆を、多分ラテンアメリカのまあ、ブラジルはラテンアメリカだけど、スペイン語圏豆入れた方がいいかなと思ってたけど、調べて、ブラジルも、同じ休日じゃないけど、なんか似てる休日も祝いしてるから、まあ、ぴったりだと思ったね。ポルトガル語で Dia de Finitos って言うから。Dia de Finados, no finitos, finados. Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Dia de Finados ね、finitos じゃなくて。Thank you very much. I got it wrong. You know, it's really interesting to see how the differences in how this kind of holiday and stuff. いろんななんか文化によって休日を祝い方は面白いね。日本でなんか死者の日みたいな休日ある？ 'Cause I don't know. I don't think there's like a outside of Latin America, Day of the Dead, but there's like All Saints Day, right? But that has more of like a Catholic connotation to it, so that's a little bit different. O盆だな。お盆なんだ。まあ、もう、じゃあもう来たね。お盆覚えてるよ。All Saints and All Souls, yeah. なるほど。2週間ぐらいね。It's kind of like a week, right, for お盆? Over here, it's just 2 days. Korea has Chuseok. Chuseok also happened quite recently, right? I don't know if it was last month or 2 months ago. You guys want to know a very interesting story about Dia de Muertos? There's a film in the James Bond series 007 named Spectre. And in the beginning of that film, you see James Bond trying to like chase some other spies, or he's running from some spies. He's fighting in the middle of a parade, in a Dia de Muertos parade, the Day of the Dead parade, and it was this huge parade in Mexico City, in the film, and it looked really cool. People were like dressed up and stuff. So because that scene in the film got really famous, tourists started trying to travel to Mexico City to witness the parade. but that parade was not a thing. There were some parades before, but in some smaller cities, but not in Mexico City, right, the capital. So what the government did after seeing so many people interested in the Day of the Dead parades, they started holding it for real. They thought we might as well do it, right? People are interested, and it's kind of like it's our tradition, so they decided to hold it now. I think it's very interesting that thanks to like an action film, now it's held every year. そういうのマジで面白い話だよ。007、ジェームズ・ボーンの映画で、スパイ映画で、スペクターっていうの映画で、最初のシーンで、ジェームズ・ボーンが、メキシコシティで、なんていうの、死者の日祭りで戦ってるのシーンがあるけど、マジでなんか本までなかったね、あの祭り。でも、いろんな海外人がメキシコシティに来て、あの祭り見たいけど、全然なかったから、じゃあ、なんていうの。ちょっと待ってね。単語を調べてみます。あれはなんか、後で、政府が、じゃあ、ほんまに、行いましょうかって決めたね。じゃあ、今もうあの祭りがあるね。毎年毎年でもそれは映画のおかげでね。ジェームズ・ボンのおかげで。マジで面白かった。なんか、旅行客さんが、舞釣り見たかったから。Yeah, no, it's really interesting, right? Gracias a una película extranjera se celebra este día ahora. Bueno, pues sí se celebraba, ¿no? Pero no una escala tan grande como con un desfile, ¿no? Like it was still celebrated before, but not on such a huge scale. Sí, creo que nada más era eso. Ma, 海外でないから、旅行客さんが興味あったね。見たかったよ。It makes sense, right? Because it's a holiday that's not available in a lot of countries, so you would think a lot of people would want to see them, right? How it's celebrated and stuff. Especially in comparison to like something more commercial like Halloween. Because I believe like Halloween's just done everywhere now. One でもお祭りとかあるでしょ? You guys also do like parades and stuff on, or festivals on one, right? En Campeche se limpian los huesos de los difuntos, pero creo que es una comunidad en específico. Sí, creo que pues depende ya de las regiones, ¿no? Van a tener sus costumbres. Takusan matsuri yo. やっぱりね。そのイメージあったよ。What costumes do paraders wear? It's usually the Katrin or Katrina, right? That's the most popular one, which is when people paint their faces to resemble like a skull or a skeleton. Usually wearing very fancy, elegant clothing. Very colorful. Red colors are pretty prominent. You know what? Actually, the Katrina is now such like a cultural and like a proud symbol for Mexico, I believe. But I believe when it was made, it was not meant to be something like a good symbol or anything. It was meant to mock people of indigenous roots that did not want to be, that like would dress in like European clothing. Like the people that were denying their heritage in a way. I believe that's how it started. And it's kind of like the skull, the skeleton was meant to be like, no matter what, you're still... That's still your heritage, right? Regardless of the clothes you wear. But after that, I think Mr. Diego, the painter, he made like the huge mural thing. And over that, it evolved into becoming something that like... It lost that meaning, you know. And now it's reclaimed and it's something like people are proud of. La calavera garbancera, esa mera, esa mera. Garbancera, sí. Diego Rivera es ese mero también. Diego Rivera no fue quien hizo el primer retrato, el satírico, pero fue el que hizo el popularillo. No sé, la verdad, no recuerdo tan bien. なんか普通に、シシャの日で、祭りで、みんななんかカトリンとカトリーナなんか、骨みたいな、衣装をつきますね。多分、見たことあるかも。リメンバーミーでよく見えるかも。メイクがすごいよね。Feliz día de los muertos. Feliz día de los muertos. Pásala bonito.逆に Remember Me での認識の知識しかない。多分アジアで一番人気かもね。死者の日の知識。マジでなんか遠い国の文化だから。海外なら多分アジアでラテンアメリカはどのぐらいに壊してるみんなが。 Creo que en Panamá se celebra el Día de Muertos mostrando respeto y no se puede vender alcohol. Sí, no, diferentes países lo van a celebrar diferente, ¿no? No me sabía eso de lo del alcohol.配色か。それで Family comes first 覚えた気がするね。Remember Me のおかげで。それはマジでなんかラテンアメリカの考え方。めっちゃラテンアメリカっぽいだよ、それ。一番大事なのは家族とか。友達とか。No, someone mentioned like the phrase "family comes first." They learned it from like the film Coco and stuff. And yeah, no, that's actually like a very prominent value in Latin America, right? Like prioritizing and valuing family and friendships at all as well. It's a very reinforced value here for Latin American communities and countries. I don't know if it's ever like something confirmed or I saw somewhere else, but that's my theory also why Dragon Ball was able to be such a huge hit in Latin America, other than like of course the fights and it being available in the Latin American broadcast. But I think a lot of values that Son Goku had for Dragon Ball were really aligns with Latin Americans, because there is a strong emphasis in family in the show as well. And the bond between like a parent and son and brothers as well is very highlighted in the show. So I think that's something that a lot of like Latin Americans could relate growing up. And so the concept of like fighting mostly to protect, for self-improvement and to protect, right? The relationship with Piccolo and Gohan. the real dad. The real parental figure right there. Yeah, no. だから、これはなんか、なんていうの、まあ、家族が大事な価値観がラテンアメリカで強いから、だからドラゴンボールはラテンアメリカで有名だからと思うね。だって、孫悟空の家族の関係とか、あれはマジで番組でアニメと漫画で結構なんか、例えばピコロさんとご飯の関係とか、孫悟空と悟空の家族の関係とか結構見えるから、だから多分ラテンアメリカの文化に結構互換性が高かったかも。だからラテンアメリカみんながほとんどドラゴンボールが好きかな。まあ昔放送してた番組アニメーションとかドラゴンボールが放送してたから面白いよね。あの時海外、まあアメリカのアニメーションより日本のアニメーションのインポートするの方が安かったから、結構昔のアニメーション日本のアニメとか結構放送してたね。今もう普通だからね、どこでも。キャンディとかセインセイヤとかドラゴンクエストとか ドラゴンボールとか結構放送してたね。ウルトラマンの映画も放送してたよ。Yeah, no, back then, I believe it's also like the Axis, right? Back then in Latin America, it was significantly less expensive to import anime from Japan compared to like American cartoons. So there was a time in Latin America where a lot of Japanese animations were being broadcast, like Speed Racer. Speed Racer was also pretty. It's actually an anime, right? Candy Candy, Saint Seiya, Dragon Ball, Astro Boy, even the Ultraman movies. They were all broadcast. Yeah, they would be dubbed, of course. Speed Racer は日本語でマッハ555って言うよね。マッハ555。マジでラテンアメリカでも人気だったよ。うん、アトムも放送してたよ。There was also there was one I used to watch and it has a completely different name in Japanese. But in Spanish it was called Sam el Rey del Judo. Or English it was called Judo Boy, I think. マジでこれは昔のアニメ見たことはあったけど、まあ全然名前変わったけどね。日本で紅三四郎って言ってたけど、ただスペイン語でサム柔道の王子って名前変わったね。柔道ボーイって英語で。マッハ555今の日本人の方がの方が知らないかも。嘘でしょ。だいぶアクションの海外映画だったのに。Se hizo el intento. Pues sí, no, pues es que si traes un anime y se llama Kurenai Sanshiro. El Sanshiro Escarlata. Porque Sanshiro es el nombre del personaje principal, ¿no? En japonés. No creo que va a atraer mucho al público, ¿no? Así que le cambiaron el nombre a Sam. Y ahora es el rey del judo, para que se entienda que es de artes marciales, ¿no? Kekko... なんか... いにしえめ。僕の時代のアニメじゃなかったね。ただ放送してたよ。Of course, this is like an anime way like outside my era, but it was still broadcasted. I think Dragon Quest was also completely different in the Spanish title. タイトルも変わったね。ドラゴンクエストアニメ。なんか大の大冒険でしょ。ドラゴンクエスト大の大冒険。けどスペイン語で Las aventuras de Fly って言ってたね。なんか Fly の大冒険。大の Fly の冒険みたいな感じね。大から Fly になった。Are you guys familiar with that anime, the Dragon Quest anime, The Adventure of Dai? I don't know what it was called in English at all. In Spanish, they changed the name's character to Fly. Tobu ne. No, as in to fly, not as in the insect. Mushi じゃないよ。 Igual en esos tiempos pasaba porque traducíamos del inglés. Sí, pero te digo que en esos tiempos era cuando importaban el anime directo de Japón. No pasaba como Yu-Gi-Oh o Pokémon o Beyblade también, que eso fue mucho después, donde ya empezaron a importar el anime de las versiones dobladas. Pero antes, las importaban de Japón porque era mucho más barato importar de las animaciones de Estados Unidos, las caricaturas. Así que pues ellos la traducción era completamente latinoamericana. Pero pues ellos lo cambiaban para, pues supongo que el tema de tropicalizar, para que sea más atractivo para un público latinoamericano, ¿no? Yeah, no, there used to be, after some periods of time, they stopped importing as much anime directly from Japan. For example, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Beyblade. A lot of these shows were just dubbed based on the English version, the 4Kids version, or just any English available version that was available. I said available like twice instead. And that way they didn't like completely get it from the Japanese version. But like Inuyasha, Saint Seiya, Dragon Ball, they were all, I think even Shaman King, they were all direct from the Japanese version. That's why like the opening songs are still the same as the originals, but dubbed in Spanish. But for example, if you listen to the Pokemon song in Spanish, it's the English version. It's gotta catch 'em all. Beyblade, it's the English theme song. Yu-Gi-Oh is also like, it's time to duel. Did you get Butterfly or Digimon Digital Monsters? Digimon are the champions. I got Butterfly. I got Butterfly in Spanish. Si tú lo deseas, puedes volar. Solo tienes que confiar. That was the theme song that I grew up with. Yeah, the Digimon opening in English was completely different. 英語版で Digimon のオープニングテーマソングは全然違かったね。スペイン語ではまだ同じだったよ、Butterfly。ただ、スペイン語で放送してたね。What about Pokemon? Pokemon, we got the English version. Pokémon, tengo que atrapar tú y yo. Nuestro destino así es. That was the Spanish Digimon intro. Totally different stories in the English one, yeah, no. 曲違うんだ。ポケモンの曲は、英語版を参考してたからね。I wanna be the very best の曲ね。Yo quiero ser siempre el mejor. Mejor que nadie más. そんな感じね。でも日本語版全然違うでしょ。クラシックなオープニングテーマソング。Oh, ちびまる子ちゃん is so nostalgic. ちびまる子ちゃん、しんちゃん。I also grew up with しんちゃん。Northern Lights のもうスペイン語になってた。そうそうそう、シャーマンキングはNorthern Lights だったよ。Que te ilumine la eterna luz. 面影もスペイン語版だったよ。Yeah, no, for Shaman King we also got the Japanese songs. Really good, really good. I really like the Shaman King songs because they're sung by one of my favorite seiyus, Hayashibara Megumi. ちまる子ちゃんとクレヨンしんちゃんまで知ってるの？ラテンアメリカでも放送してたよ。今日はカラオケ配信かな。いや。コーヒーサツなんだよ。 ただ例だよね。It's just an example. It's not a karaoke. Not a karaoke stream. Omokage speak. Me encanta Omokage. Mi dolor superaré. La vida seguirá. Atrás no volveré. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Omokage. It's the second ending for Shaman King in Japanese. It's one of my favorite songs also.レモンクリームさん、つぶチャットありがとうございます。2時3時つぶチャットありがとうございます。今日朝早くから、移動中でしょ。移動中でコーヒーは飲めてないけど、今日の豆の味わいの、表現を、豆を済ましてきてました。でね、クランベリーにデーツが、だから優しい味にまとまってる感じ、とっても、興味深い。ね。電車がトンネル入ると聞こえないけど、ゆりちゃん、今朝もありがとう。こちらこそありがとうございますね。来てくれて。ありがとうございます。移動を気をつけてね。いってらっしゃい。Would a Spanish anisong be a future karaoke stream? I mean, I cannot say it's impossible, but the thing is, like, because of copyright, these are not the official versions, right? I can probably do an anisong karaoke stream in the future, but I don't know if I can do it in Spanish. That's the thing. But I'll have to look into it, so I cannot promise anything. So it would probably have to involve doing several steps. Sorosari, thanks so much for the super sticker, and Raika-san, thanks so much for the super chat. Good morning, Min. Good morning. Zawan. Yeah, no, I cannot promise anything, so sorry if I cannot give like a very satisfying answer regarding it. I personally do not do a lot of karaokes either, so I don't know if an archive is something that I would want to do. Do you prefer to watch anime or buying manga? You know, before I used to like anime more, but now I read more manga than I watch anime because of time. I think like there's something really cool about manga. I mean, more especially because more often than not, if the manga is the original, that's usually the way I like it the most. But lately, it's like you can read at your own pace, right? You don't have to wait like 20 minutes to finish an episode. So I think manga reading is more comfortable for me nowadays. And there's a lot to read also. But when I first started getting into like anime, I used to never read manga. But wouldn't manga be more time consuming when you need to process the images? I'm a designer. I process images all the time. That's no problem for me. You know, depends. Some people take more time to like look carefully at every detail in the illustration. Some people focus more on like dialogue or the story. For me, I like to read the story, and then after I finish reading, I go back to looking at like my favorite panels. If the manga's still ongoing, though, I have to let it marinate till there's more chapters. But I don't know, I like having something to look forward every week or every month. I like reading ongoing more than reading finished. Personally, it feels like it's easy to finish a lot of different series at a time also if you're reading them all ongoing, right? The problem is the ones that update every 3 months, every 4 months. Those are the ones that are a little bit too much. Hmm, 普通になんか昔、漫画よりアニメの方が見てたけど、まあ、最近忙しくて、業務のペースがマジで人によるから、漫画もっと読むね。漫画が好きだ。Oldie, thanks so much for the super chat, Jason. I love hearing everyone talk about movies, cultures, and cozy things like coffee. I'm glad you're enjoying having a good time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then, is there anything I'm reading right now? I really haven't been reading much since I debuted, to be honest. I am very behind in a lot of things that I read, but Kaoru Hana is one of the mangas that I'm still following. Shumatsu Valkyrie or Records of Ragnarok I liked a lot. What else? One Dance. From now on it begins ethics. これから倫理です。What else was I reading? Maybe you can look at my list. I have a list that I used to keep up. Tower Dungeon I was reading. Chainsaw Man I was reading. Oh, there was this Finnish series that I was reading also called Red Blue. It's very interesting. It's a martial arts. It's a martial arts manga, and the main character starts doing martial arts because of spite. He spites like this like good like the star athlete that's very like nice to everyone and very good. He spites him so much he just wants to beat him. It was funny. It's kind of like a very petty reason. It's like this guy that gets bullied and then he saves him. The athlete saves him from the bullying. He's like, who does he think he is? Look at him. I can't stand people like him. And then he joins to beat him. It was very interesting. I really like martial arts and combat sports manga. Could you repeat the name again? It's called Red Blue. It's like a UFC kind of a martial arts manga. I usually lean towards psychological action or psychological thriller action sports, but I'll read anything. マジでなんか面白い読んでた漫画は特になんか日本にいた時に飛行機でこれ読んでたね。Red Blue っていうのレッドブルーっていうの漫画。までなんかなんていうの UFC みたいなスポーツ漫画だけど、主人公のなんていうの、インスピレーションが面白かったと思った。Comedy? I don't read a lot of comedy. I read a little bit of is it Sakamoto Days? And as for romance, it has to be really good, or it has to have some other elements. If it's just like just plain romance, like I kind of get tired of it. But for example, Kaoru Hana is one of my favorite mangas, right? And it has romance. It's romance. Try Apothecary Diaries, so good. I've been thinking of like watching it on membership with everyone, with the members of the cafe. Blue Flag is really good. I really like Blue Flag. Oh, also Blue Box. Ao no Hako. That one's a pretty good romance manga, and I really like the sports aspect to it. It really balances romance and the sports aspect really well, because sometimes it feels like, oh yeah, it has a sports element, but it's kind of like an afterthought. But no, it really goes deep into both the badminton and the basketball aspect to it. Yeah, no, so many good mangas with blue, right? Blue Flag, Blue Box, Blue Period. いろんななんか面白いブルー漫画があるね。青の箱。Blue Log is also pretty good. I was watching it, yeah. Blue Period. Blue Lock. 青のフラグもね。And then Red Blue that I was talking about earlier. そしてなんか説明してたのRed Blue だね。今気づいた。青春の漢字が青の漢字なんだ。I just realized that the word 青春, which means youth in Japanese, has the kanji for blue. Maybe that's why it uses so much blue in like these titles, because usually all of these characters are like in high school, or they're like living their youth, right? なるほどね。確かになんかブルー作品は、タイトルでブルー作品は確かに、普通に高校生の話だから、高校時代の話だから、なるほどね。青春だから青ね。Blue Flag, Blue Period, Blue Log, Red Blue. 面白いよね。Yeah, no, it has a young image. That is so interesting. 青春もあるし、ブルーは日本ではサッカーのイメージもあるから、ブルーピリオドはそっちのブルーかも。まあ、ブルーピリオドはサッカーに関係ないでしょ。ブルーロックかな。ブルーロックの方を言いたかったかな。Too many blues, too many blues. 葵さん、そばちゃとありがとうございます。いいコーヒー飲んでみたら、あまりに苦くないことを知りました。これから好きなコーヒー、探すの楽しみ。OK。いつも素敵な時間をありがとう。まだミルク。入りだけど。まあ、それは大丈夫だよね。コーヒーをエンジョイしてたらそれは普通だよ。それは十分だよ。It seems like someone mentioned that in Japan, there's a correlation or an association with soccer when you think of blue. So maybe that's also a reason why blue lock is called blue lock. in the end. That's really interesting. I don't think I would associate soccer with blue. When I think of soccer, I would think green, right? Because of the field. 面白いよね。ブルーより、なんか緑のを思い出すね。サッカーを考えたら。だってフィールドは緑だから。I think there was another soccer manga that I really liked that I was watching. Was it called I don't think it was Ahiru no Sora. No, that's basketball, right? What was it? I liked it because it was more like grounded and tactical compared to Blue Lock. What was it? Oh man, I forgot. Haikyuu, no, it's soccer. Football. Soccer anime. Oh, Aoashi. That one also has Ao in its name. Aoashi. Aoashi 面白かったね。あれはタイトルでも青って面白かったよ。ブルーロックよりなんかもっとリアルな感じがあったから面白かったね。あの作品で主人公の名前は青いね。青いアシトくん。And the Japanese word for blue also has the meaning of being immature, like green in English. I mean, in the end, like mentioned earlier, right? Blue in Japan used to have like it used to be also green, so I assume like some sayings like the neighbor's lawn, or it's always greener on the other side. In Japanese, you say blue, right? The neighbor's lawn is bluer instead of greener, or like you say aoi, but you mean green. Because back then, aoi used to mean green. Or when you want to talk about green apples, you still say aoi ringo. You still say aoi instead of midori. So, 隣のシバプは青いね。海外なら The neighbor's grass is always greener. まあ、green って言うからね。I wonder if that's why Pokemon Blue is called green in Japan. I mean, Pokemon Green still had Venusaur as the title, as like the mascot. So I don't know if that's a reason. And Japan also got Pokemon Blue after.ポケモンは緑も青いもあるよね、日本ではね。そうだね。けど最初は最初出た時に日本ではただ、レッドとブルーしかなかったでしょ。海外でレッドとグリーンしかなかったけど、海外でただレッドとブルーしかなかった。あとで、ブルーは日本で出て、そして海外で、ただイエロー来たよ。海外で全然グリーン版なかったよ。I believe in Japan we got Pokemon Red and Green first. Or they got Pokemon Red and Green, and then on overseas we got Pokemon Red and Blue. Later Japan also got Pokemon Blue, and then Pokemon Yellow came out as well. We only got Green until the Game Boy Advance remake happened. With Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and there's no Water Blue for it, right? 違うよ。全然。なんかゲームボーイアドバンスのリメイクまでグリーンなかったよ、海外で。ただ、リーフグリーンがあった。Overseas we only had Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. 海外でただ、レッド、ブルー、イエローしかなかったよ。I think after that, it was pretty much the same though. Ma kedo, 関東の後でなんか全然同じだったけど。You played Pokemon Blue in the original Game Boy. I played both, but the one that I owned was yellow. Yellow was the one that I had.レッドとブルーやったことあったけど、まあ持ってたのはイエローだったね。Wait, do you guys know the yellow starts you with Pikachu? Yeah. Do you guys know the Nintendo 64, the Pikachu version of it? ピカチュウ版の Nintendo 64? 64? してるの？僕はそう思ってたよ。I had the Pikachu version. It was like blue and yellow. 多分配信で見せないかもわからないけど、まあ一応見せないけど、調べたら出ると思うね。But yeah, no, I had that one. The blue and yellow one. It was cute. You used to turn it on by pressing a Pikachu's feet. Oh, no. That's how you reset. You move the Pokeball to turn it on, and then you press the feet to reset. マジで面白かったね。まあ、リセットするために、ピカチュウの足を押しないといけなかった。The Sonic game console, you got enough Happy Meals? Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah. Like the little Game & Watch type of little games, right? Yeah, I remember there was the Tails one, the Shadow one, the Sonic one. I think I talked about these with Seal already, like in the past.あ、ただ64って言うんだ。まあ64でちょっとなんか言いにくいね。任天堂64か。Nintendo 64。Me desbloqueaste recuerdos, sí, ¿no? Pasa. ...64... いいゲームいっぱい。特にゼルダだね。ゼルダの伝説が最高だった。Yeah, no, the 64 had a pretty nice library. Especially Zelda, right? Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I'm team Majora's Mask personally, but both were really good. Majura はトラウマ。まあちょっとなんか雰囲気が暗かったね。Yeah, no, I feel like, especially if you were a kid playing Majora's Mask had such a dark atmosphere. It really did. That's what I was so drawn to, though. I really liked how grim everything was. The Fierce Deity mask? Yeah, no, putting it on, it almost like... Putting on the mask always felt like Link was suffering. In a way. It felt like it hurt. I got so confused about the day-night cycle as a kid. Yeah, no, imagine playing the game and not knowing English also. I did my best. The most painful transformation for him? Yeah, no, it really conveyed that, though. Mm, そうね、なんか、マジュラで、マスクつけるときになんかマジで痛そうだったね。マジで、あの雰囲気はマジで。面白かったと思った。だからなんか、営業がすごかった。まあ、永久じゃなくて、印象かな。印象がすごかった。Sonic Adventure 2 City Escape. That's more like on the GameCube, right? Unless you had a Dreamcast for it. Sonic Adventure 2 is also like one of my favorite games. I spent so many hours racing Chows in that game. なんかソニックアドベンチャーってもう、結構やってたね。マジで結構やってた。なんかチャオを育てたよ。ずっと。You know, the GameCube had such a good library. Yeah, my child saying goodbye. You remember the story? Yeah. That was sad. Today は漫画とゲーム老人会かな。うん。そうだね。まあ、日本語訳だとなんか普通になんかこんな感じになるけど。It became a veteran meeting today again. Nostalgia session. If you guys ever wondered like what the topics in the Japanese satsus I do end up moving into, it's usually these kind of conversations, like just a lot of nostalgia, anime, nostalgic games, manga. Yeah, back in my day. Doれ一番読みたい漫画ある。まあ最近あんまり読んでないから多分香る花と週末ワルキリかな。追いつかないといけないから。It always comes back to Sonic Talk somehow. I didn't bring it up this time though. Someone else brought Sonic this time. I was talking about Pokemon. And this all happened because of blue and because of the word blue. So it's really interesting how the conversation flows into this. ただなんかブルーの話だったからこんな話になったね。老人会の話。Sonic is blue. That is true. Yes, I have played Sonic Heroes. Of course.ですか、懐かしいゲームの配信とかあるかも。まあ今もう前からそうね、6万シリーズやってるね、配信で。まあでもファミコンだから懐かしいでしょ。So that's like if I would play like nostalgic games or do a nostalgic game stream, but I mean I've been playing the Mega Man games and those are like from the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, so I don't think it gets much more nostalgic than that. I've also like been considering whether I want to play the original Ninja Gaiden on stream also. Like, that game is pretty hard. I have never beaten it. But, I remembered because the new game came out, Ninja Gaiden 4. So I wonder... I mean, well, everyone's playing the new one. What if I played the original NES one? But I don't know. It might be like a challenging game. Like on the level of like jumping or something. But yeah, no, it could be fun. It could be fun. 多分なんか懐かしいゲームなら、最近が、昔のなんかファミコンの忍者ガイデンやろうかなと思ってるね。なんか新しい作品が出たから、ちょっとなんか最初のやりたくなっちゃった。難しいけどね、全然クリアしたことないよ。Can't wait for the SNES area. Probably won't have to wait soon because even if we start with if we continue the classic series or we start with the X series, it's gonna be SNES. So yeah, no, for sure. The next Mega Man game is gonna be a Super Nintendo game. もちろんなんか6万ならもうファミコン時代を卒業したから、次は多分まだ X シリーズかクラシックシリーズを続けるかってはまだ決めてないけど、まあ、次のゲームは絶対にスーパーファミコンだから楽しみにしてるね。X か7かやるって。さきさん、それちゃとありがとうございます。今日のコーヒーさんありがとう。アニメ老人会もすごく楽しかったです。ちょうどお誕生日の日にフリオくんの配信があって、本当に嬉しかったです。一緒に過ごせて幸せでした。お誕生日おめでとうございます。素敵な一日を過ごしてね。素敵な、なんか大切な日に来てくれてありがとうございます。ありがとう、ありがとう。Yeah, no, the Super Famicom, the Super Nintendo has such an amazing library of games. There's way too many good ones. It has one of my favorite games, the one that started like, or the one that made Metroidvanias way more popular, Super Metroid. It has Yoshi's Island, it has Mario World, so many like Mega Man X games. Mega Man X 1, 2, 3, I guess. Mega Man 7. It has Kirby... Was it Kirby Superstar? Kirby Superstar was really cool. Because you could play multiplayer in that one. What else? Star Fox, of course, the first one. Mario Kart, the first Mario Kart. It had Super Castlevania 4 as well. マジスーパーファミコンのゲームがすごかったね。いろんな神ゲーがあるよ。It even had like Super Mario All-Stars, which let you play the first Super Mario games remade into the Super Nintendo. It had Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2. スーファミのゲームは良かったね、マジ。一番好きなのは多分6万 X かな。6万 X とスーパーメトロイド。If I had to choose like my favorite SNES game of all time, it's probably Mega Man X. But Super Metroid is pretty close. Mother 2が好き。Mother 2は海外でやれなかったね。日本でしかやれないよ。ちょっと待って、違うよ。Mother 2やれる。最初の Mother やれないかも。 Mother 3もやれない。いや、違うよ、違うよ。Mother 2やれるよ。Yeah, no, I believe over here we could only play Mother 2, which is Earthbound, right? But we cannot play the first Mother or the Mother 3, right? Those were never imported here, right? If I remember correctly. I've never played a Mother game, so I wouldn't know. Wait, never mind. You can play Mother 1. It was called Earthbound Beginnings. But it was only... Okay, yeah. あ、ちょっと待って、なんか Mother 1もやってたね。なんか普通の Mother も。海外で Earthbound Beginnings って言ってたけど。名前変わったね。ただ3やれない。You can only not... I think 3 is still not playable, that's it. Kapali, thanks so much for the super chat. Super chat ありがとうございます。I'm sitting stream brewing coffee. I usually use an electric kettle, but today I boiled water in my favorite animal kettle. I feel like the taste is smoother now. Thank you for the fun time. Frio, Doremi, let's enjoy November too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying your coffee with your animal kettle brewed water. Yeah, no, I think sometimes it's just about using the tools we like aesthetically, visually. I think that can have a big influence on how we perceive the flavor. Because you could think, if they're both kettles, it's just water being heated up. But yeah, no, it has a psychological effect, I think. Switch 版でも Mother 3は日本の未配信なんだよな。Switch で Mother 3やれるけど、ただ日本だけでね。You know, Mother 3 is available on Switch, but I think only in Japan. Adding whimsy to it. Oh, this is a perfect time for me to ask this, because I've been wondering. What does whimsy mean? Like the way people use it nowadays. Like, does it mean like silly? Magical? A carefree joy? Free-spirited, spontaneous, carefree, silly? Because that's something like people say about me sometimes, right? Oh, Frio was very whimsy today. Like sometimes tweets like that appear on my FYP. So I'm like, I wonder what they mean, but I think like based on context, it sounded like silly or something. Kind of being whimsical. Like light, carefree fun. Peaceful joy. Yeah, no, I wasn't sure, but I assumed it was something related to like maybe silly. Fanciful. It's a positive word. I mean, the context seems positive, so I wasn't worried about that. I was just wondering, like, what it actually meant. I see, I see. なるほどね。Sort of encouraging people to be themselves, I think, not fearing cringe. Oh, so it's like, oh, Frio's like on a shamefully cringe in a positive way. Shamelessly cringe, maybe. But then again, but sometimes like if you don't show any shame for it, then it becomes less cringe, right? Because sometimes what's cringe about it's like when you can tell they're embarrassed about it, but if they're just being themselves, it's kind of hard to like cringe about it, right? Because they're just being themselves. Carefree. Perhaps it's also used. I don't know if it can also be used for like well, he's being himself. Like Frio's being so Frio today. I don't know if it would work like that, right? Not quite, yeah. Perhaps it's related to your chuny moments, then that's probably cringe in that case. If it's related to my chuny moments, then probably cringe is appropriate. Playful. I feel like this is the experience I get whenever I ask like a meaning of a word in Japanese and then I get like conflicting answers from the JP mean. This is kind of how it feels like. マジで今回は英語でこの経験したね。なんかいろんななんか思い出した日本語の言葉どういう意味って聞いてなんかいろんな逆答えを来てチャットで始めて英語でも経験できました。People use it in different ways. Yeah, no, I probably won't add that word to my vocabulary, just in case. Just in case. I was just curious about it. Like, I didn't get the feeling that it was negative, but, like, playful and silly. Eccentric. But I guess like if it's usually like I don't remember, right, what context I'm being called that, but if it's related to collaborations, then yeah, sometimes I tend to go out of my way to try and see if perhaps I can be try and make my collab partners laugh or something. But it's not really like something that I'm trying super hard about it, you know? It just comes out. Like, it just comes up and I'm like, oh, what if I say this?言葉のニュアンスは人によるから難しいな。ね。だからいろんななんか勘違いがあるよ。言葉の使い方は違うけど、みんなのなんか、なんていうの。はあ、忘れちゃった。インタープレテーション日本語で。あ、解釈ね。解釈が違うからいろんななんか勘違いして、時々なんかなんか議論が起きちゃうね。Yeah, no, it's interesting how people like can perceive or use words differently. That's also like how a lot of our arguments or fights can start, right? Because people use words differently and interpret it differently. So you're gonna interpret what you think this word is used, and then, but the other person used it a different way, and then misunderstandings happen. It's really interesting how different interpretation of the same word can cause so many things. It's mainly just really comfy talking with you. I see. I mean, if it's about being comfortable, then yeah, I mean, collabing with By the Beat and with my senpai is always super comfortable. I always feel very, very welcome by everyone in NIJISANJI and that happens even between Hispanics. So no, I mean, it definitely happens between Hispanics because different countries use the same word in different ways. So yeah, no, it's definitely something that can be inevitable sometimes. That's why it's important to like be conscious of the possibility, right? The backroom codes was so fun. Do you ever plan on playing horror type games again? I mean, I did play Silent Hill F 5 times to get all the endings. Is that not horror? That's pretty horror to me, I think. But yeah, no, I'm not against the horror genre though. If the game is interesting, I'll play it. Only cool kids drink cool kids juice. Only cool kids drink cool kids juice. 懐かしいな. That's so nostalgic already. I played that in May, right? Wow. Nani それ? もう5月に5月だったか。5月に Night of the Consumer してたね。なんかスーパーマーケットのホラゲで。ダンボールアタック。Yeah, no, the cardboard attack. That was really satisfying. The physics for it. The physics for the cardboard box. Speaking of juice, what kind is your favorite? If you drink juice, that is Cool Kids. Because only cool kids drink Cool Kids juice. I like I don't drink a lot of juice actually. I don't drink a lot of juice. I like orange juice. I like fermented grape juice, also known as wine. Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that whimsy? Is that being whimsical? You like pomegranate juice? Yeah, it's nice. Usually, like store juice has too much sugar though. I like natural juice. I like green juice, like homemade green juice. Anything can be whimsical if you squint. That is true. That is true. I feel like sometimes if you want to look someone as silly, everything will be silly. Almond waterはまあ最近いっぱい飲んでたからもうちょっと飽きたね。Almond water I drank a good amount recently, so I'm a little bit tired of it. Does coffee count as bean juice? Do you juice the beans? I don't think so, right? There's actually a way of brewing though, that the creator of this recipe, Lance Hedrick, calls the soup, the coffee soup, because of the way he uses like a pressure coffee brewer. It seems really interesting. Apparently it's like super tasty, like a stronger, not espresso, but almost kind of brew. And apparently like the coffee community has been calling it coffee soup because of how unique it is. いろんななんか入れ方ね。最近なんかいろんなドリッパーじゃなくていろんななんか別の工具で面白いな入れ方があるから最近なんかコーヒーオタクがコーヒースープって呼んでるね。面白いよ。なんかエスプレッソのレベルじゃないけどなんか普通のフィルターハンドリップより強い感じみたいな感じみたいね。青汁 I don't think I've tried that. 飲んだことないかも。青汁。Oh, is that just green juice? 青汁もまだなんか緑なのに青って言うんだね。まだ前の話なんだ。I see. 青汁 is also green juice. We're going back to the conversation of blue, of 青。青汁好きだよ。まあ、けど、なんかお店よりなんか、自分で作るの方がね。グレープフルーツとか、パイナップルとか。I have taught you the guys. I have taught you the word blue already, right? In Spanish. スペイン語で青って知ったことあるでしょ？知ったことあるかな？ Azul. That's true, that's true. Bim bom. Azul. Yeah, that's blue. I was gonna make it the word of the day if we didn't do it, but I see. ブルーベリーで教えてもらったね。そうなんだ。I see. Oh, that's true. That's true. When I taught blueberry, I taught you guys the word. I see. 記憶すごいね。Nice memory. じゃあ、老人会をしようかな。Reunión de viejos. まあ、いや、違うよ。老人会はスペイン語でないよ。老人会 in Japanese means like the reunion of like veterans of like old people. But I don't know. I don't think I can translate that in Spanish. I don't think that's a thing. Reunión de chavos ya no tan chavos. Puedes traducirlo, pero no sonará bonito. Sí, no. Creo que no. Los Jinkai も、和製か、外国語になったら面白いな。まあ多分、発音難しそうけどね。老人会。Let's have a 老人会。まあみんながなんかあんまり老人会しようって言わないでしょ。老人会って、多分認めたくないかも。I don't think most people want to call themselves like let's do an old reunion, an old people reunion. I think most people wouldn't want to admit that they're old, you know? 多分その使い方が違うかも。どれどれタイム。そもそも浪人じゃないしね、私たち。まあ韓国語を覚えたら多分老人かも。まあ僕もその人だけどね。Someone said, but we're not even old. But yeah, no, I guess it's just the group that remembers Speed Racer, the anime. Maybe that one's a little bit older, on the older side.銀さんスパチャットありがとうございます。コーヒーサツさんありがとう。写真と素敵な文化を教えてくれてありがとう。また自分でもいろいろ調べたくなりました。アニメや漫画の話も懐かしくて楽しかった。以前カラオケで好きなアニソンを歌った、翌日にそのアニメの10周年ニュースが出て、もう10年昨日歌ったばかり My Bones どれまあ10年があっという間に経つね。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。何の曲だったかな。Daylight savings started. Are you feeling different? Did they start or did they end? Because we are on standard time now, right? Or it's standard time instead of daytime. It ended, yeah. So the daylight is not saved anymore. We welcome the age of darkness now. I don't know, I mean, in the end, if you sleep at the same times, it shouldn't really feel much different, right? Other than the day getting darker. However, since my activities are I try to like be considered about different time zones, I might end up having to adjust my streams a little bit. So perhaps of like my afternoon, my JST afternoon streams, perhaps instead of starting at 8 p.m. Pacific time, they will start at 7 p.m. Pacific time instead. That way it stays the same time in JST, but it's gonna be a little bit earlier in some other time zones. So maybe EST means might have a easier time coming by to watch the streams now. I'll be under your care until March. And yeah, no, same for Coffee Zatsus. Instead of 3 p.m. Pacific time, it's probably gonna start at 2 p.m. Pacific time now. I'm gonna have to wake up earlier. My earlier being still in the afternoon. Shojiki, まだ眠い。まあ、早いもんね、そっち。そうはね、まあ、夏時間が終わったから、ちょっとなんか時間をちょっと調整しないといけないけど、多分日本の時間は変わらないね。普通になんか僕の夜枠配信がただ僕に20時じゃなくて19時から始まるけど、まあそれはまだ日本の12時ね。そして日本の夜枠配信もまだ多分20や21時に始まる。19時。9時じゃなくて9時ね。Would you consider doing a poll to see if it would work better to have later time or earlier time for JPH and Europe side means? The thing is, like, the last time I did a poll, most of the answers were whatever is easier for you, Frio. We'll watch the archives. But I can do a poll again. But I think, like, based on statistics, like, according to my analytics, the time where apparently most people can watch is like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. my time, so that's why I do the Asia time zone streams every now and then. But I try to balance both time zones, so it's probably a bit too early for a lot of people.いや、もちろんできるときに見てくれてありがとうね。まあ時差は大変だからね。日本で12時にはもう仕事とか学校とかあるから見にくいね。夜まで見にくいかな。Yeah, no. Like, you don't have to thank me. If anything, I have to thank you guys for watching whenever you can, right? Because it's not easy. It's not easy taking into account all the different time zones, and sometimes like my main time zone part might probably be hard for a lot of people. So. And of course, it doesn't mean that all of these times or anything are set in stone, right? If eventually figure out a way on, in the end, it seems to be more accessible that for me to stream at this time, then I might end up switching or doing one time more often than the other without like completely getting rid of the other one, right? But we'll figure it out. Maybe a poll would help everyone, I think, but what do you like, a poll for which time zones? So like the hour difference between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. PST? Or like 7 p.m. PST and 4 a.m. PST, like 12 p.m. JST or 8 p.m. JST? Because then that's like 4 a.m. my time, right? Because I figured if I want to keep the JST times as usual, then all I need to do is just do my streams 1 hour earlier. And I thought if I did it earlier, then I think some people that for EST would have an easier time, right? Because that would usually I start at what is 11 p.m., 11 or 12 or almost 12 a.m. But this time would be 10 p.m., so it would be a little bit more accessible, right? Iつも3カ国語 ?3 カ国の言語で話してくるのもすごいです。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。すごい好きです。ありがとうございますね。頑張ってるよ。みんなを。いろんな国のリスナーさんとつながりたいから。Is it stressful for me to start an hour earlier? I mean, if it's stressful, I'm only doing things because I think I can do it, right? If it's too much for me, I probably won't do it. I think it's pretty evident that I do things at my pace, and I do what I want to do. So, of course, I'll always try to find a good balance point. So I appreciate the concern, but no worries, no worries. And I mean, I stream at like 4 or 5 a.m. for some streams, so doing 7 p.m. is really no big deal. Unless suddenly the neighbor's wiener dogs decide to like bark at 7 p.m. every day, then maybe that would be too hard. If they decide, now that daylight savings ended, we're gonna bark exactly at this hour every time. But I don't think so. They've been behaving recently, so.いや、こちらこそね。もちろん、無理しなくて、時差を考えてるね。僕が、なんかマジでマイペースで活動してるから。気にしなくてもいいよ。できる限りにみんなを配慮して活動頑張ります。 When they bark, you know it's streaming time. 'Uno siendo serio y los perros salchichos interrumpiendo, sino en todas las mañanas cuando estaba haciendo los streams de Silent Hill F, cuando estaba explicando la historia con temas serios, ¿no? Especialmente cuando los quería traducir de inglés a japonés, o hablando de los finales, y luego los perritos se ponían los perros salchichones se ponían a salchichonear, a ladrar, y es como, oye, estoy explicando. Yeah, no, it was really like during the Silent Hill F streams, because I was doing them in the morning, right, or nighttime Asia time. Every time, like I was explaining from English to Japanese, or we were talking about discussing the endings or something. It was a very like serious topic, right? But then the wiener dog started wienering around and just barking so often. So it was kind of interesting to see the difference in that they made for the atmosphere of the stream. But it's okay. They've been way more quiet lately, so they're probably doing their best. まあ最近なんかソーセージドッグがもっと静かにしてるから頑張ってるからね。ありがとう。ソーセージワンちゃん。ソーセージワンちゃんたち。3匹だから。もちろんフリオの視聴者、うるさい視聴者だけど、ね、早く言うのが難しい。視聴者。ちょっと難しい。視聴者。¿Cómo se diría cuando Doremin está siendo ruidoso? No sé, mineando. In English, like, we've said it before, right? Meaning. Why are the means meaning? No. Eso no, eso se suena como una mala palabra. Eso no. Se escucha como ser del baño. Eso no está bien. La N es importante. Yeah, no. Thank you very much for the sample, for the demonstration. Rei, arigatoね。Dejémoslo en inglés, sí, ¿no? Meaning なるほど。いや。語彙力に使えなくて方がいいよ。 Trying to think of what word I can teach you guys in Spanish today. 今日は何をしようかな、スペイン語で。耳は不良の配信だけで通じるかな。だから気をつけてるね。いっぱいなんか、ドレミンしかわからないなんかジョークとか、ダイナミックとか、したら多分、ショウケイさんとか、初めて見てる人が多分、差別されてるみたいな感じあるから、ちょっと気をつけないといけないね。だから、多分前よりそれはちょっと我慢してるね。Yeah, no, like you guys have mentioned, it's been a while since the meaning and everything, but I've also been trying to like hold back a lot on like a lot of dynamics that are just exclusive or like perhaps only people that come to the stream often might understand. Of course, it's nice every now and then, right? But I just don't want to make anyone that's new feel alienated. So I try to say it for like maybe the right moment or something. Because sometimes like I get worried that there's too many inside jokes or inside terms that perhaps might feel like someone cannot fit in or might make a new person feel excluded, and that's not my intention, right? I want the cafe to expand as much as it can. もちろんなんかドレミンカフェを広がってほしいからね。初めて来たよ。いらっしゃいいらっしゃい。スペイン語で漫画ってなんて言うの？漫画だ。漫画だ。漫画は日本の製品だから。英語でも漫画って言うよね。英語とスペイン語でも。manhwa. Well, I don't know if for example in Korean you call Japanese manga manhwa, but for example I think in English you'll call manhwa if it's from Korea, right? Like Solo Leveling or Lucasm or True Beauty, you would call those like a webtoon or manhwa, right? And then you would call something like Blue Lock manga, and then there's whatchamacallit, manhwa from China, right? And then for anime it's donghua in Mandarin Chinese. Cartoon みたいな違いだとコミックなのかな。まあコミックはアメリカのやつね。コミックは違う。そしてなんかまあ違うよね。だってコミックは普通に色をつけてるから、漫画はただ黒と白でしょ。全然違うよ。まあスパイダーマンとかバットマンとかマーベル DC アーチーとか。それはコミックだね。Yeah, no, comics and manga are completely different because, for example, even like comics, the format you read them in and the way they're printed is completely different. And I think like manhwas also have a pretty have a lot of color ones as well. There's ones in black and white also that I've read. For example, like The Breaker. The Breaker, the first 2 seasons were in black and white. But then the 3rd season was colored. Ane komi ね。まあそれはちょっと違うよね。Ane komi はcomics, 英語で。Historietas en español, ¿no? Aunque se dice cómic comúnmente. Sí, no, o sea, cómic es la palabra en inglés y historieta es la palabra, pues, apropiada en español, ¿no? Como sticker y calcomanía. Muchos decimos sticker, pero la palabra en español sería calcomanía, ¿no? Bueno, al menos en ciertos países. Kate yomi manga はどっちになるんだろうな。だからコミックよりかな。まあ、そうだね。違うよ。だって漫画は、なんていうの。右から読むでしょ？右から左まで。コミックは逆だ。韓国の漫画はもう違うよね。Pegatinas. Sí es cierto, sí lo he visto. Yeah, no, something very common, like a difference between mangas and comics would be that you would read manga from right to left, but then comics are usually left to right, right? And then webtoons are usually like from up to down as well, right? Daって海外で本は左から読むね。けど日本では違うでしょ。逆だ。すすらさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。いつも素敵な配信ありがとうございます。たまに老人会の雑談もあって、それもすごく楽しいです。LOL。配信を見るといつも仕事を頑張る元気をもらえます。台湾の B2B ミットアップの情報も見ました。その時にもし機会があればフリオや他のメンバーと話できたら嬉しいです。ありがとうございますね。ありがとうございます。嬉しいですね。参加してたらイベントでよろしくお願いします。ありがとう、ありがとう。本猫さん、ちょっとありがとうございます。フリオ 3.0 3.0 実装おめでとう。お披露目楽しみにしてます。話の途中でごめんやし。気にしないでください。大丈夫です。雑談配信だからね。Yeah, no, speaking of 3.0, since I'm probably going to be ending soon anyways, I'm going to be doing the 3.0 stream on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, or Thursday, 12 p.m. JST. So, I'll be under your care then. I'll probably be taking rest days Monday and Tuesday, so there will be no streams unless I decide to do like a Pokemon Pokemon Gorilla. If I have the time and I really cannot wait to keep playing. But otherwise, the next stream is gonna be on Wednesday for the 3.0 brush reveal, okay? 3.0 3.0 ブラッシュアップお披露目。日本の木曜日12時に配信しますね。とりあえず、まあ、 火曜日と水曜日に配信をお休みさせていただきますが、まあ時間があればポケモンをやりたくなっちゃう、可能性があったら、ゲリラポケモン配信しますね。まあ今日とりあえず木曜日まで配信しないと思います。夏目さん、そばチャットありがとうございます。楽しい配信ありがとう。そして、新書カスケード80万再生おめでとう。3.0 お披露目も楽しみにしてます。ありがとうございますね。マジでみんな。いろんな、再生してくれてありがとうございます。新書カスケードね。マジで嬉しいです。Of course, thank you so much, by the way, for everyone for listening to Shinsho Cascade. We reached 800,000 views. That's such an amazing milestone. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening to my debut cover so much. It really motivates me to work on the next one. Hopefully soon. But yeah, no. I really cannot say thank you enough. It means a lot. Next one. Well, there definitely will be a next one eventually, right? I can't be part of By the Beat and just... Okay, never mind. One cover and I'm done. There has to be a next one eventually. もちろんなんか次の歌ってみたら絶対あるね。いつか。歌ってみた、なんかいい子だけ投稿したらなんかちょっとバイザビートをちょっとなんか申し訳ないと思うね。バイザビートに通して。バイザビートメンバーに通して。チャンジュさん、スペチャットありがとうございます。コーヒー殺案ありがとう。今日仕事が休みなので、久しぶりにこの時間まで見ることができました。楽しい時間をありがとう。ありがとうございます。嬉しいですよね。結構素敵な休みの日を過ごしてね。ありがとうございます。Yeah, no, hopefully we can, not just me, but everyone by the Beat, we can continue and work on a lot of music stuff in the future. I think it's been easy for me to get off track and also like taking care of my voice, but please do not fret. I am very motivated and I joined NIJISANJI EN to do music, so if you blame Pokemon, it's Pokemon's fault. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, no. Even if it's taking some time, I am still very motivated, and I promise there will be something eventually. 503 Domain, thanks so much for the super sticker. You can sing while playing Pokemon. I mean, I do that sometimes, right? I think it's very common that I end up like humming songs whenever I'm playing games. Guerrilla Pokemon も待ってるよ。まあ、約束できないけどね。ただ、機会があればね。いろんな作業があるから。Ty, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you for the coffee, Zatsu. Happy November, Frio. Happy November. I'll continue to be under your care. Thank you very much. I kept thinking of the Digimon Spanish opening since you sang it. I love it a lot. The Spanish version of the Digimon opening is really good. If you haven't listened to the version that was broadcasted back in the day, please listen to it. I really recommend it. マジでなんか、デジモンのバタフライ、スペイン語版が素敵だからみんな聞いたことない人におすすめできるよ。Lenny, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for today's coffee, Zatsu. Congrats for 800k views on your cover. Really love the sound of your voice in that cover. Can't wait for more. Thank you very much. I'm very glad you liked it. I worked very hard on it back when I was preparing for debut. So I'm glad it paid off. Okay, Bara, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you for the chill coffee, Zatsu Fuyakun. From coffee talk to nostalgic reminiscing, your Zatsu is always so comfortable. Have a wonderful week. Likewise. Hope everyone has a wonderful week as well. 探してみよう。よかった。やった。すずさん、スプチャットありがとうございます。コーヒーサツさん、ありがとうございます。3.0 お披露目楽しみ。いつも一緒に多くのサプライズも楽しくことを、経験することを楽しみにしてます。嬉しいですね。ありがとうございます。みんなも、もっと、なんで言うのちょっと待って、なんか、いい言い方を考えてるよ。ゆっくりで大丈夫です。ありがとう。ただなんか、驚くって言いたいけど、驚かせるかな？驚ける？驚くのがちょっと難しい。驚かせる。あ、なるほどね。驚かせる。サプライズってことね。ありがとう。みんな驚かせて頑張りますってこと。また今度ね。これからも。まあ、サプライズって言いたくなかったね。まあ、もちろん伝えるからけど、なんか、日本語っぽいで言いたかったね。I'll continue doing my best, so maybe we can have more surprises in the future. Lily, thanks so much for the super sticker. Much appreciated.サプライズ使うけどね。そうだね。そうだけど、まあ、和製英語で言い損するのがちょっとあかんでだと思うから。日本語を使って頑張らないといけないと思う。Anyways, it's already been 3 hours, so I think I am going to be ending the stream here. Thanks so much for joining me today. It was a fun satsudan of not just coffee, but a lot of different topics. So very much appreciate everyone that stopped by and spent the time with us. I'll see you guys at the latest on Wednesday for the 3.0 brush up reveal stream. Okay, everyone have a nice beginning of this week. I'll see you guys soon. ここで、Casi, thanks so much for the super chat. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias por el satsu de hoy. Me sentía un poco decaída, pero estar aquí en compañía tuya y de Min me levantó muchísimo el ánimo. Lo agradezco mucho, Min. Muchas gracias. Qué bueno que te pasaste y qué bueno que pudo ayudarte con los ánimos. Ojalá tengas un resto de la semana bonito. Y muchas gracias. Ánimos. ここで、スーパーチャット全部読めたと思うから、ここで終了させていただきますね。みんな楽しい時間をありがとうございます。そして、ペピさん、スーパースティカーありがとうございます。まあ、一番、遅く、多分、まあ、木曜日で会おうかな。会いましょう。あの時、なんか 3.0 お披露目。よろしくお願いします。Alright then. That's it. See you later, Dormin. Hasta luego, Dormin. Mata ne, Dormin. Bye bye. See you guys. Hasta luego. Y para los que lo estén celebrando otra vez, feliz Día de Muertos. Feliz Día de Muertos. Pásenla bonito. For anyone celebrating, have a lovely Día de Muertos. Bye 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 bye. I don't know what Mr. Calyx is doing on stream, but how about we pay him a visit and see what he's up to? 今配信でキリクスが何をしてるのは分からんけど、まあそこにリダイレクトしましょうか。